Hi, you guys. Hey, welcome to our 3-day sneak peek into coaching. My name is Marcelle Abel, and I am the team leader of Team Fit for Life. So, I wanted to host this group because I feel like there are so many misconceptions and unanswered questions to what exactly is coaching. I mean, I think you'll see a lot of people on Facebook posting selfies and working out all day. But to be honest, there's a lot more to coaching than that. And so that's what this group is here for, is to give you some insight for the next 3 days to what exactly is coaching. How do you make money coaching? Do you just work out all day? Do you just drink Shakeology? Like, how is this possibly a career? And so we're going to touch on a couple of different topics that are going to help you understand what exactly coaching is. So when I began as a coach a little over 2 years ago, gosh, maybe closer to 2.5 years ago, I was at a point in my life where the balance was just not there. I was working as a real estate agent, and I also had 4-year-old twins. They are now 7. And I was home with them. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. That was something that was non-negotiable to me. So I went into real estate because I thought that I could create my own schedule and have the potential to make as much money or as little money as I wanted to, and to leave that control in my own hands. Well, what happened was that it became a double-edged sword. I did have the flexibility as a real estate agent, but I also had people call me at all hours of the day because they wanted to go see a house. Now, with my husband working 12-hour days, there was just no way that I could take my 4-year-old twins to the viewing of a house with clients I'm trying to impress and expect that to go smoothly, right? Nor did I have a nanny or a drop-in babysitter or a family nearby to help me. It just wasn't the right situation. So I struggled through that for a couple of years, and it became a point of resentment. It became a point where I just became bitter about my job. And I found myself being cranky and kind of being stressed out. I feel like I couldn't even go on a vacation without having to check my email 5, 10 times a day, and having to worry about documents that I had to have signed. Even if I wanted to spend the day away from my phone, that wasn't a possibility. And it just wasn't creating the right situation for us as a family, having to work weekends and having to be on call all the time, really. So I guess it started, I actually started with Beachbody programs before I even knew there was a coaching role involved. I wanted to lose some baby weight. And as you can imagine, I had some baby weight to lose after twins. And I ended up trying Insanity. I'd heard really good things. I wanted something that was just going to kick my butt. So I did Insanity at home while my twins napped. And it worked. I was exhausted. I lost a bunch of weight. I got myself onto just a better routine of taking care of myself. And so I did Insanity, and it really kind of created this new path in my life for healthier living. And it wasn't that I was terrible in the way I took care of myself, but there was a lot of room for improvement. So I started paying more attention to the foods that were going into my body as well as my children's. I started cooking healthier meals and started portioning out my foods a little bit better in order to meet the goals that I had. And so it just created this new lifestyle for me, where I started sharing recipes with friends and talking to people about my workouts. And as I started to do that and just simply be who I was and live my life, I found out that there was an opportunity to coach people, in terms of what I had been through. And in my mind, I thought, well, if I can help other moms discover what I had discovered, how easy it was to lose the weight without having to drag my kids to the gym, which I did before I did Insanity, which was a nightmare. If I could teach other moms what I learned about nutrition and how it's going to affect them and their children, and start these values in their life, then I would love to be able to do that. So I had a friend approach me about this coaching opportunity. And of course, at first I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. That doesn't really seem real. That seems a little bit too good to be true. And so I kind of stalked her for about 6 months, and I would ask her questions. And she was just like me. She was a real estate agent. She had 2 young boys at the time. And so I would ask her questions probably every few weeks, probably driving her absolutely crazy. And then I started to see that, I did trust this woman, and I trusted that what she was doing was genuine. And so one day we were on vacation, and I remember the day where I was having a conversation with someone about a contract in real estate, and I told my husband, I'm done. I can't even go out on the lake right now because I have to sit here and I have to wait for a phone call. And I was so irritated with that. And so finally I said, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to call my friend. I'm going to talk to her more about this coaching thing. I just need a way out. And it wasn't really an option for me to not make income. We had a one income family, and although my husband had a very nice job, we needed more. We had to pay off school debts. We were getting ready to buy a house. We had 2 kids all at once. A one income family just wasn't working for us. And neither was me working outside of the home. I refused to put my kids in daycare all day and then go work for somebody else. So I called my friend. I didn't even know all the details, and I just said, let me do this. Let's sign up. You give me, all the information I need in order to make my decision. The rest I will learn later. I paid for it on a credit card because that's all I could do. I couldn't afford to put, a chunk of money out towards, because I wanted some programs, and I could not afford to do that. So I put it on a credit card. I said, whatever it takes, let's do it. And I just jumped in feet first. And that was 2.5 years ago. And I have not looked back. I have since quit real estate completely, which has made a huge difference in our lives. I did work both for probably the first year or so, year and a half, just to make sure that my coaching career could make sense for us and make sure that I could, in fact, build an income to replace that income. And it did happen within a year. And then I chose to kind of stick around for another 6 months just to finish off with some clients. So the point of this group is, one, to kind of tell you my background and my story, and to hopefully shed some light on a lot of those misconceptions that a lot of people have. And so I'm really excited to have you in this group. There's a lot of people that come from very different backgrounds, and that's perfectly okay. There is no box to fit in. There's no mold to fit. And I want you to feel comfortable to ask questions. That's what we're here for. And this is a private group. So feel free to ask any questions to myself or to the coach that invited you. So I look forward to the next 3 days with you, and I hope you enjoy all the information we are here to provide. Thanks, guys.